Hello everyone, this is Swaroop, Assistant Professor Mechanical Engineering. So today we shall study about design of machine elements 2. The topic will be bearings, and this is the fifth module in design, fourth module design of machine elements 2. So lecture 4. Today we shall solve about problems on hydrodynamic bearings. The Tata handbook is this fourth edition, Balvi Reddy. Yes. A 80 mm diameter bearing carries a load of 7000 newtons while the shaft rotates at 1200 rpm. The oil used has a Seabolt viscosity of 58.4 seconds at the temperature of the film, which is 75 degrees. The curve of Zn by P and F is a straight line passing through the points. Okay, now so he has given the Zn by P 10.55 at friction is 0.015. So this is one set of equation and this is another set of equations. Now assuming L is equals to 2D, determine the power loss in the bearing. Take specific gravity of the oil is equals to 0.899. Okay, so this is a different problem where the viscosity has given in terms of seconds. Okay, so let's see how to solve this problem. First, initially write down the given terms, that is diameter he has given, load he has given, speed he has given, okay, and viscosity, it is S dash because it is in terms of seconds. Okay, so I will tell you how to solve this equation. Second is he has given the operating temperature at 75 degrees Celsius. Okay, he has given the length and diameter of the bearing as L is equals to 2D. Okay, so where D is known as 80 mm, you can substitute here D to get the L. Next is specific gravity he has given in the question. He is asking the power loss, okay, in the bearing. So let's see how to start the problem. So initially we need the for F, okay, to find F. So we know this formula, the kinematic viscosity in terms of centi-Stokes. Okay, so once you know the formula, so you can see in the data handbook, that is page number 350, 15.1, you can see your kinematic viscosity, it is in terms of Seabolt viscosity as a formula. You can see this, yes. So you have to use this formula, and S dash, which is given in the question in terms of Seabolt viscosity as 58.4 seconds. Okay, you can substitute that here. So to get the value of kinematic viscosity in terms of centi-Stokes. Okay, so this is very much important, the units, the value which you got. Okay, the same thing you have to substitute back here to get in terms of meter square per second. Okay, so once you get the value of Zk, you can substitute back here to find the value of Z. Similarly, to find the value of Z, here we need density, that is at a particular temperature. Okay, so this is the formula we need to substitute here. He has given in the question, that is 0.899 here. So temperature he has given 75. If you substitute, you will get specific gravity at any temperature. Okay, now so once you get the value of rho and Zk, to find the value of Z. So this is the value of Z. Okay, now so this is very much important step. Okay, so this is a Z viscosity, okay, of an oil at a particular point. So now Zn by P, we need to calculate it. So what actually we are getting Zn by P. Okay, so let's see. So Z we calculated here, N we know, and P is nothing but W by RL. That is, you can directly see it as W by D. So actually it is 2RL. Okay, so if you substitute here the values, actually it is D into L. Okay, just changes this, D into L. So you will get the value of Zn by P. So that is 18.63. Okay, so now in the question, if you see properly, he has given two set of equations, that is for Zn by P it is 10.55, with respect to that F is equals to 0.015. okay, Similarly, another set he has given, that is for Zn by P, it is 53.55. F is equals to 0.0455. So he has given the two set of equations in the question. You just write it down in this tabular form. Okay. So now what we want, we need to find F at this point. Okay. You understood? So we need F at this point, that is Zn by P is 18.63. Okay. So how to find this? So we shall assume this value as x, say x. Okay. So we shall assume it as x value. Okay. So just write it down the points as a1, a2. These two are a1, a2, and these two are b1, b2. Okay. It is just a notations. Okay. I repeat. These two are a1, a2. These two are b1, b2. Okay. We just wrote in the tabular form. So this is the formula to find fx at that point. Okay. So it is just a mathematical equation. It is not available in the data handbook. Okay. It is just a simple mathematical formulation that you have to remember to solve f at particular point of x. Okay. So b1 minus b2 into x minus a1 divided by a2 minus a1. Okay. So what is b1 here? You can see b1 is this one. Similarly b2 is this. a1 is this and a2 is this one. Okay. So you have to substitute these values here, and what is x? This one. Okay. That if you substitute here, so we will get f at 18.63 as 0.02073. Okay. So if you practice this step, you will understand. Okay. Next, we know that power loss for P, it is nothing but heat generation, that is power loss, is equals to FWV. Okay. So if we substitute the value of F, this one, and W and V pi dN by 1000. So power loss will be understood. So as I was telling, this is the formula that you have to use with respect to find the value of Zk dash. Okay. That is S dash. Okay. So this is the total power loss. So next problem. So a diesel engine crankshaft running at 2400 rpm has a flywheel weighing 30 kilonewton overhangs the bearing by a 250 mm. Okay. The maximum torque in the shaft is 3.2 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Okay. Now we need to find the average load on the bearing is 45 kilonewton. Allowable shear stress of the shaft is 42 megapascal. Now what is asking? Select a suitable diameter of the shaft. So this is the diameter of the shaft he is asking. So I hope in design of machine elements 1 you have come across finding the diameter of the shafts, correct? Yes. So we need to have assume that such formulas from that chapter. Okay. Next is check PV value. What is PV? Okay, pressure into velocity. Okay, that is a value. I will let you know while solving the problem. Next is determine the value of Z, the viscosity. Next is calculate heat generated. Okay. Now, the very first thing is to find the shaft diameter. Okay. So we know shear stress is 16 Te divided by pi d cube. So this is the equation which you will be getting from page number 50. Okay. Equation 3.1. So what is Te? Equivalent torque. Okay. That is T square plus m square. What is m? That is F into x. Okay. Force acting to perpendicular distance. Okay. So what is actually hanging here? See, 30 kilonewton is being force which is applied, and bearing is hanging at a distance of 250 mm. So this 250 mm becomes the distance. Okay. So if you multiply these two, you will get the moment. Okay. So torque he has given in the question. If you substitute back here torque and momentum, you will get the value of equivalent torque. So once you get the equivalent torque in Newton mm, you can substitute back in the shear stress equation to get the value of diameter. Okay. So this is the standard diameter which you have to be get to know from the page numbers 57, that is table 3.5a. Okay. So this is the set of finding the diameter which is related to finding the diameters of the shaft which is related to design of machine elements 1. Okay, so let's see second one, to find the PV value. Okay, so you can see here tabular column from the data handbook, that is page number 69, that is pressure and velocity. Okay, so for diesel engine PV is equals to 35. You can see here 35, sorry, here diesel engines 35. Okay, so it is a pressure into velocity, it is just a product. Okay, so you just take the values here. Okay, now next, from the table 15.7, that is 366 page number. Okay, if you go there, if you take the tabular column P, gas and oil, W by LD 4 stroke, is the values of W. So there you will be having the value of pressure, velocity pi d n by 4.82, this is small n, okay, which is RPS, and Z as 0.020. If you multiply pressure and velocity, you will be getting, so if you go to tabular column, that is 15.7 per meter table. So this value must be greater than there. You will get the values of P and Z. You got the PV value, Zn by P as 1.45. So the calculated by R is always greater than the 0.001. L by D as 0.6 to 1.5. So these are the certain set of values which we get to find Z. Okay. According to Tatarinoff equation, L by D is equals to, you can find it here the value of 1.5. So we shall take the higher value, that is 1.5. We know P is equals to L by D as 1.5. We know the value of D. Okay. We can so here we need the value of D by C. You can convert into, we know C by R, that is you can convert into D by C. Okay, just multiply by 2. Okay. Next. So once you get the value of D and C, L and D you know, N you know, P you know, because you got it from here. So if you substitute back here, you will be getting the value of Z in terms of Pascal seconds. Okay. Next one, heat generated. So Hg is equals to FWV according to Mecky's equation. Okay, so here we need the value of L by D as 1.5. We know this, and this L by D is in between the value of 0.75 to 2.8. Okay, once it is in between this, you can take delta F directly as 0.002. Okay, similarly Ka, which is already given in the data handbook itself below this equation. Okay, for full bearing, journal bearing, that is beta is equals to 360 degrees. Okay, so once you get to know all the answers, you substitute back in this Mecky's equation to find the value of F, coefficient of friction. Okay, once you get the value of coefficient of friction, you can substitute back in this equation, which is heat generation. Once you get the value of coefficient of friction, you can multiply it with by radial load and velocity. Okay, velocity we already found it here. You can directly substitute back here to get the value of heat generation. Okay, so this compares the problems on bearings. Okay, so thank you guys.